Hey, how are you? Here we are, episode 2. It's been a good week. It's been a really good week. A lot of fun stuff. I thought a lot about what I wanted to talk about today on here and kind of who I was going to have and people I want to bring on eventually. But I want to say like Tuesday of this week or last week, sorry, it's Monday now. I was about to go to sleep. I had an alien encounter. So I was about to go to sleep. I was lying down, and it's like I just lay down and I closed my eyes. And me and my friend, immediately I'm like dreaming, but I'm still awake. And me and my friend we're standing outside of this UFO, like a flying saucer kind of thing, like what you'd imagine, like the stereotypical craft. And the doors open, and me and my buddy are standing there, and we're like in this park, and he's like, yo, let's go in. And I'm like, oh shit. And I go in, and then wow, I got bass blasted out of my dream kind of thing. Like spiritual firewall, and I sat up. I've never experienced anything like that. It was like bass coming out of my ears. It was like a bass blast, alien bass blast experience. And then for the rest of the night, I was like, whoa, I was kind of rattled. You know what I mean? I've never had like an encounter like that. I was like listening to a lot of podcasts and like physicists talk about kind of their take on it and like how they make sense of it. And I guess I'd been thinking about it so much, or I kind of like it was on my mind. I kind of dreaming about it, but to get bass blasted like that, that's something else, dude. That's something else. Like, and then you hear people talk about like consciousness and like astral projection and like going other places while they're sleeping, or like meditating and stuff like that. There's some of that, but bass blasted out of your head like that's crazy. That's crazy stuff. And yeah, I'm okay now, don't worry about me. But wow, I've never felt something like that. That was a crazy experience, and I wanted to come and share that today with you guys. And other than that, in terms of topics, kind of just firing off the top of my head, it was a fun week. Did a lot of stuff. Was at a TFC match with the girl and her family. That was beautiful. Beautiful. Shout out the House family. Very beautiful family. With my lovely lady there. And we were sitting front row, TFC, beautiful. TFC is the Toronto Football Soccer Club. And wow, beautiful. Nice game against Montreal. And really enjoyed that. That was really cool. Still doing this in my car for now. Do a little car casting, you know what I mean? That's why you guys kind of hear that wow noise. It does that for some reason. It's not on, the keys aren't in it, but it should subside, hopefully, before it destroys my whole audio here. Other than that, car casting. We're car casting right now for this week at least, and in the future weeks we'll probably move back upstairs, or we'll have some guests. We're gonna have some parties, we're gonna talk about some stuff, a lot of dialogue between people, genuine conversations. Like, that's what I want to have, genuine conversations with real people on here, and share that, because I think that's really important part of there we go, thank you Jesus. It's a very important part of developing as a person. It's like communicating with other people and learning to communicate effectively. I feel like people, like, we just don't know how to talk anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, how many times did you like feel like, oh, how do I say this, or how do I, without being like this or without coming across like that? It pays to be tactful, and I feel like you can pick that up with a lot of verbal swordplay there, like in debates or conversations in general, just talking to people, smart people, expand your vocabulary, expand your thoughts, you know, um, like asking advice. You want to ask people who have done what you want to do. Yeah, I think I talked about this before, but that's an important thing that I noticed. And yeah, I'd say I've been lucky to have some mentors in my life that I could, ask certain questions about, or I knew that they were in certain positions that I'm finding myself in now, and I value their opinions on it. You kind of take a little bit from everybody, but podcasting is like really important to me because like it's something I feel really good about doing. I really enjoy doing it. I'm very much doing this for myself. It feels good to put something out there, to create, to kind of send some good vibes out there. I hope this is finding you well. I hope you're finding it well. I hope we have a good time on here. Whoever's listening, if you care to listen, please listen. It's a good show. It's getting better. We're gonna get lots of stuff going on here, and we're gonna figure it out one show at a time. This is it, people. We're here. We're doing it. But podcasts are really cool. You listen to the big ones like Joe Rogan, or sometimes I listen to, shout out, Matt and Shane's Secret Podcast. That's really funny. You just throw your phone in or whatever, your pod, and you just listen to conversations. You listen to, sometimes you just feel like a light mood. You want to listen to the boys chatting, talking, goofing around, but other times you want to maybe listen to some physicists talk about a UFO, right? And then you have crazy, hopefully you don't have crazy alien brain base blasting experiences like I did, because that was crazy. But yeah, like, it's so easy to just do that while you're doing something else. It's like being on a phone call with somebody that you don't even have to participate in. You kind of just listen to it. It really helps the day go by, I think. And if you're somebody like me who kind of, wants to listen to some music or something, like sometimes even music gets tiring, right? I like to listen to like the same song over and over again until I just don't want to hear it ever again, kind of thing, when I find a new song, and sometimes just music is boring, and sometimes listening to people talk about, you listen to these people on these podcasts, like Joe Rogan, for example. A lot of these people are so accomplished, and it's inspiring to hear like their humble beginnings and kind of like how they made it into where they are, and it gives you hope. Life can be better. You want to make things better, right? Like, why would you not want to be constantly improving? Even if it's like marginally 1% better, is still 365% better every day, right? Like, and yeah, you look at your own life. Like right now, I could say that me doing this is kind of a step towards, I don't know what, but like, me kind of living on my true life experience, kind of like being true to myself. This kind of came about very organically for me. I'm doing this on my phone in the car, and I couldn't wait for any equipment or this or that. And hopefully as things go along, I'll kind of learn to piece it together a little properly and a little bit better. But for now, I really enjoy doing this. Thank you for joining me today, and listening to these wise words of wisdom, as I'm sure they are. it feels good. It feels good. And I hope you guys learn to do things that feel good for you, not hurting anybody, you're not being negative, and we could all live positively together. And do what you enjoy, do what you love, follow your dreams, your passions. That's like such a cliche thing to say, right? And maybe you're younger and you're trying to learn, okay, how do I make things work? Where do I fit into this crazy world? And you're just thinking about like, well, I like this, but I can't really see myself doing that and whatever. Because yeah, the money makes the world go round. You gotta make a living for yourself. You gotta pay the bills and either contribute to your situation, or if you're at home, or if you're doing it for yourself, if you're out there, you're trying to make it for yourself. Yeah, obviously you wanna be getting by, but you wanna be putting something away as well. And it's not always easy for people to do, right? Life happens, things happen and stuff, but we got to get up, pick ourselves up, and keep pushing. And hopefully we save up enough to kind of branch out into something else, right? And diversify a little bit, right? Like there's nothing wrong with going to a good job. A lot of people don't even have jobs. There's nothing wrong with going and making a living for yourself, and you're okay with what you do, but you don't really like it. Like that seems to be everyone's experience kind of thing, right? Like everyone wants to work for themselves, everyone wants to, and I think we should be able to at least try, right? We should at least try to kind of find a way to support ourselves by doing what we want to do. I hope we see a lot more of that, like people talking about AI and quantum computing and all that stuff, and I don't understand any of it. It doesn't matter how many podcasts I listen to. That's just so hard for me to conceptualize right now. It's like, whoa, computing on atoms and stuff. But my point is I hope that we're moving in a direction where that can kind of free up humans. We don't have to do like stuff we don't really want to just to kind of get by and whatever. And we're free to kind of just create and explore and do our thing and enjoy, like just went for a walk today with the lady, and it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing to just be out there and enjoying and peaceful and together. Everyone's happy. We had the family dinner and it was a good time. It was a really nice time. It's even when you walk around, you see families together. Who doesn't want to be doing that? Who doesn't want to be doing that? And so much of what we want to do and where we want to be gets caught up and mixed up, and we forget what we have. People are funny. Like I kind of do take the view that like we're just cavemen with smartphones, like I've kind of witnessed it in myself. I've viewed it in myself, where we kind of have these primal urges or like these instincts that don't really blend well with social constructs and whatever. You kind of have to learn how to behave and this and that. It's a process, right? We have to fit into society to make it work, and there's a point to that. But I guess what I'm getting at is, I'm just a man. And to think that I'm invincible or this or that is something else, right? Like we're very fragile humans, and we do act on emotion and feelings and things like that. Maybe our lower self and our higher self, sometimes we give in to the lower self a lot more than we do to the higher self, but these are parts of us, right? These are human problems. And I hope that we're moving in a way right now. It might be a rocky road, but it's got to be worth it in the end, right? We're kind of wandering the desert right now as a world, with all the things happening and all the tragedies right now. We have to remember, like, we are one people. It's kind of hard to remember that or to feel like that because of these animal kind of tribal instincts, but that's the step to becoming a type 1 civilization, right? controlling our planet, having dominance over our kind of Earth, and then branching onto the solar system, right? If the play is to move off of this planet, we can't do that. Can't be fighting on the spaceships. You know what I mean? Like, that's not a good look. That's gonna suck. But yeah, looking forward to another good week. Got some more ideas for the show here. I got a guest lined up. Yes, I do. A very good friend of mine, and looking forward to that. Sitting, talking, hanging out, just like we're doing here, but not in the car. We're not gonna be car casting. It's not gonna be solo car cast next week. Gonna have a guest, and yeah, hopefully we can get some more guests after that, so you guys don't have to just listen to me kind of rambling on here. And it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. I'm really happy I'm doing this. I thought all week about it. I was like, oh, Monday I'm gonna post my second episode, and here I am recording it last second, right before I'm not even gonna watch this after nothing. I'm just gonna go upstairs, I'm gonna post it, I'm gonna feel really good about it. And I haven't really told many people about it. The lady knows, and my friend, the guest, the special guest next week. But other than that, yeah, I kind of just doing it, and like, that's enough for me. Like, I kind of just want to do it. I want to do it enough. I want to do it to the point where it's something that I do. So many times I feel like, and I know this has happened to me, I don't know if this has happened to you, but you kind of get excited, you have an idea, you want to do something, and then you tell everybody about it. It becomes like this social contract thing, and it's like, then it's not really what you think it is, and you say, oh, okay, whatever, like, I don't even really want to do that. And then everyone's asking you about, oh, what about that thing you were gonna do? You're still doing that? You're like, oh no, it's just like, but like, like I said, I want to do this for me. I'm enjoying doing this. Hope you enjoy watching this. Hope you enjoy watching me make a fool of myself. Cause you kind of gotta be a little foolish, right? Like, kind of gotta jump out of the stream to find the lake, like all the fish in the stream. And then when you jump out of the stream, and now you're in the lake of possibility here, not just chugging along in the stream. That's kind of the point, I guess, I'm trying to make. It's good, man. It's all good. Oh, I gotta tell you this story about the Beatles. And I'm not talking Paul McCartney here. I'm talking the Bug. I got home the other day, and my buddy, best friend, secret guest, next week's secret guest, he goes, dude, I need your help with something. And I'm like, okay, bro, what's up? He goes, there's Beatles in the cupboard. Now, Beatles, of all the things I could have had in my cupboard, I was not expecting Beatles to be in them when I came home from work that day. So he brings me over. We go check out the Beatles in the cupboard. He says they're Beatles. I'm not sure if they are. I think they look like little ants. Could be little Beatles. I didn't really waste too much time on it. Long story short, we did have an exterminator come, and he like puffed this like beetle puffer thing on it. He's like, yeah, I could puff them, but next time if it gets worse, I can blast them. I was like, yeah, well, like, kind of time constraints. So I was like, we're good for a puff right now. Like, they really only just got into the spice cabinet there. Really enjoying the turmeric and the cumin. Yeah, those spicy Beatles hanging out and enjoying all of his beautiful spices just gone. But it was nice to clear everything out and get those beetles puffed, and puffed the beetles, and that was it. No more beetles. We're good now. It's been a couple days. Haven't seen much beetle action. And yeah, watch out. You guys should regularly inspect your cabinets for beetles, because if, like me, if you're not like me and you don't have somebody who notices little beetles in the spice cabinet right away, then it could be a problem. Just saying. Those spicy beetles are a problem. So watch out, guys. Be careful out there. Protect your spices. I know those things could be expensive sometimes. You want to get some exotic spices. You got your lady friend over. You want to spice it up. Make some nice spicy stuff. You got to be careful. The flour was gone. All the flour. Ruined. No more bacon flour. And that's a loss, If this was like 300 years ago, even like 200 years ago, right? Like, oh no, the beetles in the cupboard, right? That you'd be wrecked. You'd be ruined. There goes your winter. Now you're starving. All because you had little beetles in your spices. You got to be careful. You got to be mindful. We're so fortunate to live in the time we do now, where we don't have to worry about little cabinet beetles, because we can get a guy to come puff them. That's all I'm saying. We take things for granted. And this kind of ties in, excuse me, this whole point I'm trying to make here, right? Where you get alien base blasted from your brain back into your reality, and you kind of go, wow. I gotta fix things here. I got spice beetles. I got a life to live. I got things to do. We gotta stay on top of it here. We gotta move forward. We gotta make those plays. We gotta put out those episodes. Alex Dotto Show every Monday. You gotta keep yourself accountable. I didn't feel good about not doing this. And now I'm sitting down and I'm doing it. I'm like, wow. Feeling good. Feeling good. It's funny because last week I kind of just did it. And then I was like, okay, now I'm going to post it on everything. It's kind of a process, bro. And it's out there now. But I had to teach myself how to post it on Spotify, because I wanted it. I wanted the video and stuff on Spotify. I want you guys to watch me here and my nice mustache goatee combo. Been enjoying that lately. A lot of maintenance. I like to get nice and toasty sometimes and really, focus on it. And lose like an hour in front of the mirror. Just kind of, it's satisfying. I kind of just listen to some music or whatever. I find that really satisfying. Just shaving away. It's nice to shave. I feel all fresh after you do it. It's good. It gets to a point where like it kind of gets a little itchy. But like beards in general, yeah, it's a lot of maintenance. I had like a big beard once, and it was like, I didn't realize how much it retains water. And you gotta like wring out your hair, your beard hairs, so it doesn't like dry out your skin. Crazy stuff. Another thing to be mindful of, spice beetles, dry beard hairs, phasing out of reality into an alien base blast situation. These are things we have to be mindful of as people, and we should do our best to look out to avoid these kind of situations. And take care of ourselves, take care of each other, and keep pushing on to the next thing. I don't know what the next thing is for you guys, but I know what it is for me, and I gotta push. I gotta push on. I gotta be more than I am now to be what I want to be. And I have my reasons, and I have my will to do it, and it's just a matter of doing it, right? Like, you gotta remember to do it. At the end of the day, you gotta do it. Just gotta do it. So, listen, I wish you all well. I wish you guys a peaceful, beautiful week. Everybody enjoy, hang out. We're moving into the fall again. My favorite weather. I can't do anything above like 20 degrees. Otherwise, I just get fucked up. I don't do well in the heat. I'm a cold kind of guy. Northern Italian. Thank you very much. In the north, like a little colder up there, a little cooler. You know what I'm saying? I was born really hot too, apparently. I was late, so I was red hot when I came out. I was there, but I don't remember it, so this is what I was being told. I was real hot, and they're like, "Damn!" And they threw me in the fridge or something, and ever since then, I've just been really hot. Just always, I've been trying to get back into that fridge. That's been my life. It's just me trying to cool off, because I'm hot, baby, and I gotta cool down. I'm getting way too hot in here. And yeah, like this summer was pretty brutal. This summer was not fun, but it's for me, it's kind of like a natural cycle of, like, you drop in weight, you're kind of cutting, and then you bulk back up in the winter, and then you cut again. So it's nice, kind of like you gotta get used to these extremes and weathers and stuff like that. It's fun. If it was always sunny and hot out, could you ever really appreciate some snowy days? Or vice versa? Or versa versa? You never know. But that's what happens, right? You gotta do stuff. You gotta get out there and do stuff. You gotta just go for a walk. If nothing else, if you didn't do anything this week, or until I see you next time, just go for a walk. Just go for a walk. Doesn't have to be anywhere. Doesn't have to be anything. Just go outside and just start walking. You'll be surprised. You'll be surprised. Well, until next time, guys, I think that's it. I think we have a lot to work through to get to next week, and we're gonna get there. And we'll see you there with my new super secret guest. He's a great guy. You guys are gonna love him. And ciao for now.